do it the Shoshie way. I'm gonna teach you, be ready to learn. 'Cause when I'm done, it's your turn. Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, why not have it go? We paint miniatures. We paint miniatures. We paint miniatures. Turn on, tune in, hear all I say. Watch real closely, enjoy your stay. You'll see me painting from up above. And if you like it, give it mad love. Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, why not have it go? We paint miniatures. 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 We paint miniatures.
Hey guys, it's Shoshie from Shoshie's Minis, and I have my lovely husband Mike. Where are you, Mike? Right in the box.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, where's me?
Hey, there we go. I'm a little rusty.
Hey guys, we have Mike in the house. It's been a little bit. It's been like a week or two. So I want to say welcome everyone. We've got Silver Nail. We've got Draco80, Ellen Moonis in the chat. Thanks so much for showing up and watching my stream. Silver Nail says, I'm watching the Flower Witch video and you refer to Rosie. I don't see you stating Rosie's skin anywhere. I wonder if that means that I added a little bit of the magenta to it. I don't know. I'm not watching it, so I don't know what you mean. Maybe it just has a little bit more Let me show, like, there we go. This is pink flesh, and I would consider this a rosy skin. But if you add just a little bit of magenta to your flesh tone or whatever, you get that rosy. I think what I meant by rosy wasn't a paint color. It was a tone that you want the skin to look. Hey, Cloud Traps, how is it? You thought maybe, but you wanted to be sure? Yeah. Trillion, how's it going? This is what we've been working on. This is what I was working on Monday. Scale75, Jessica Thunderhawk. She is a Scale75 mini. She's 70 millimeters, so she's actually pretty big compared to a lot of my minis. She comes with this wonderful hawk. It's how she gets her name. Look at this figure, is so awesome. So, let me see. Mike, can you focus that?
One moment.
There we go. Yes, awesome. So that's what we've been working on. Didn't do as much in the back, but we did a little bit in the back, and that's what we've got. We've been using, instead of the box art. One of the things I explained to the chat this past Monday, was that I talked to Julio Cabos, who did the box art for this, and I told him, I said, Julio, I love this model, but the thing about it is that you did such a great job with the painting. I have no idea what I could do to improve it. That's exactly how I would have painted it if I would have painted it. So he said, well, then I have failed. So, I mean, that's the thing is a box artist is meant to inspire you and perhaps get you to want to paint something, or, you know, get your own ideas. So I had a hard time. So I went online and I looked up steampunk, and then I don't know, I think I found Overwatch, which is the video game, which I've not played. I'm actually 8 years clean from World of Warcraft, and I don't play it anymore. But I found this cosplayer. Look at her, she's so cool. And it's Dayanara, I think or Dayanar, I can't remember. If somebody looked that up for me, and I can't remember who it was, but she's on DeviantArt, and I just Googled Overwatch steampunk. I think that's all I think that's maybe what I cosplay. I think that's what I looked for. And this is the color. So this is the colors that we're going with for our girl. And so you can see we're going to be going with a lot of browns and a lot of this navy blue. I wasn't quite able to get the navy, but maybe that's because there needs to be just a little bit more, maybe a little bit more red or purple in the mix. Now that I'm looking closely at this, you can see this is more of a purple, and then it goes down into more of a green as it goes down. So, mercy. I know, is she cute? All right. This whole model is also cute. She got a booty. All right. That reminds me, we are also in progress with this gal. I have not done the paint along. Don't get scared. This is the model that I had already built before we even decided to do the paint along, and I'm practicing all of my colors before we go together, and so that way I have an idea of how to guide you guys. And I've realized this is not a basic model, and it's really difficult to dumb this model down. She's got a lot of intermediate and advanced techniques on her, but we will do our best. Here's the concept art that I'm going to be using. You can see we're working on a lot warmer tones on the armor, and everything is going to be similar. I've been matching her shoulders together. I was able to match the wing a bit. Now the wing and stuff, if you prime that right, that one's super easy, because it was really just amount of glazing to get that, and that wasn't hard at all. This was much harder. I had to figure that out because I'm not an expert with non-metallic metal, and so I had to figure this out by myself. Not as booty as the flower witch, that's true. Unfortunately, the flower witch gets all covered up by by leaves and things. So at least this one will get to see it. All right, what else? Oh, I want to tell you guys about channel emotes. We should have a code for when I want you to put my face cam on. You want to give me that? Okay, so channel, and I'm going to have you switch back in just a second, but I like to talk to people. So, Evil Elvis, thank you for following. What a great name. Evil Elvis.
Ooga, ooga, ooga chaka.
Elvis. Thank you for the follow and hello. I see your howdy. Welcome to class. Here, let's show this on cam. So, boop, boop, boop. There you are right there. Right next to Devlin Online, who also followed right before the stream went live. So I'm looking at my phone right here. I'm going to show you something that we're working on right now. I've got emotes coming. So I talked to, look at this. This is, let me see if I can get a good, this is the glasses emote that we're hoping. Okay, can I zoom that? Look at that, how cute. There's going to be like little eyeballs with stars and hearts and stuff. Who knows what. Okay. That is going to be, that is going to be my glasses emote. We've got a mad love. Look at how cute this is going to be. So this is sort of an, like a fancy version of the current heart that we have. That's going to be our mad love. And then we've also got a couple, like a hello. We've got hello. Hello. And then we've got, so what else did we have? We have sort of a hand. Let's check out the hand with the little spiral in it so people can wave. I think we could also use this emote for like a kind of raises my hand. You know, like when you want to raise your hand in class. So we have these. Tell me if you like these or if you like all of them. We can use all of them or one of them. Then you get glasses with beers. Beer goggles are a thing, but they're not a thing in my channel. Beer goggles wouldn't be too topical for here, I don't think. We don't drink too much. Then we have the thumbs up. That's a thumbs up. And I think we could put like the spiral on the thumb. Now he says, or she says for sassy, she has no ideas for sassy. So I would like your ideas for sassy. She's got no ideas. She says it seems like it should be a face or sort of emote. Oh, Trillian, thank you for the cheer. Awesome.
Bits and bits,
Bits and bits and bits. Trillian, I don't know if you, oh, look at the pride flag. Awesome. Love. I uploaded all of my cheer modes and I don't know if you can see those, Trillian, but take it, maybe because I think you have to cheer at least one bit to unlock those. I don't know how cheer modes work. But I uploaded all my cheer modes and they're really cute. I'll show them to you on my phone. Hold on. Emotes, emotes. Hold on. Okay, so it's all zipped. I can't show you. Darn it. Ooh. Okay, so let me go back to my emotes. We were talking about sassy. What should sassy look like? Yeah, we think it should look like Mike. Maybe we should make it a chibi Mike. Mike is the sassy one. Sassy Mike is sassy is one of our, can you do exclamation point sassy in the chat, Mike? Yes.
Sure.
So we have a sassy alert type of thing that we do. Then there's, they also say, you know, if you have a sassy sort of finger snap, if you snap your fingers, there's two key poses, one before and after, so we could have both, right? What did you just do? You did all the commands. Hi, Babykins.
It's Sassy Mike, not just Sassy.
Oh, you're right. It's Sassy Mike. Sassy Mike is a little sassy, but not too sassy, right, Protomaker? That's what we always use whenever Mike is being sassy.
Which never happens.
But we think a sassy emote would be good because there's some sassy chat people in this in this chat sometimes as well. So I want to give you guys that chance. We have a troll face, which we could do as the Shoshie meme, the baby chibi Shoshie with the troll face. And then hype. She says take the bottom half and have an excited Shoshie chibi on top. and have hype, like yay, hype with arms up. I like that. Add rainbows. And then we've got a rainbow spiral, which I think would be fun, or the other face emotes, pretty straightforward, okay? We need a booty emote. Oh my gosh, I don't know. So, because Twitch has rules
Anatomy.
about, yeah, we could maybe have an anatomy. No, you can't have an anatomy emote. So we can't have a booty emote because I think that it would get canceled by Twitch. I don't think they would allow it, but you know, I'll look into it and see if any other streamers have something like that. I know I've seen a poop emote, so we could have a poop. Look, actually, I've subscribed to Peppo, and he has the Peppo poop. Look at this. Here, enter. Where's my keyboard? Cat, there we go. See the Peppo poop? It's green. It's gross. So it could be paint too. It could be like just a little blob of paint, but it's not. Treasure chest is the Twitch safe booty emote. Ah, thank you, Evil Elvis. Treasure chest. I like that. There's a blue. Oh my god. Gan's poo. Oh my gosh. No, that's epic. Maybe we should have a Shoshie, a pink poo. We should have a pink poo. I don't know what we'd use it for. How's everybody doing? All right, we're gonna get painting. Let's paint.
Enough about poop.
Yeah, Mike doesn't like that. Which makes me want to talk about it more, which is funny. All right, so I have Iroko. This is my triad for her leather that we're gonna work on just now. I wouldn't call it a triad because no, it's not the right color. Here, Iroko, Arabic Shadow, and Dubai Brown. Kind of a theme there. And I've got everything on my palette except for Iroko. No poop, geez, seriously. All right, well, any ideas that you have for the channel that would be more appropriate are welcome. Here's the Iroko. I've got my little bitty brush. This is a 00. And can you see that okay, Mike?
Yep.
This is my final highlight color. So I'm doing this on the edges of all of her leather straps, which is really hard to do on stream. Hold on, I have a holder. This is you can try this. My RAV core holder. Hopefully this will work. That seems to hold it a lot more steady. And I'm just gonna go over the top edges of everything. One other thing I'm gonna put is a little bit of my drying retarder mixture, 50-50 drying retarder, 50-50 water, and I'm gonna put some, oh shoot, boy that was sloppy of me. I'm gonna put some in this little wavy right here, because for whatever reason everything is drying out on me. You can see that. I think these paints are very matte, but they also don't have a long palette life, it seems. So this color is only going on the edges. Not every edge, but just the edges that I really want to stand out to be highlighted. Very tricky. Can you see that okay? Okay.
Down a little bit.
Okay. Not like when I'm using this little bitty brush, sometimes it's harder to talk.
Right.
I heard you.
Okay.
I just was in the middle of a stroke.
Heyo.
There we go. Much better. So I will have to clean some of this up. There we go. All right, I'm gonna check chat. Tell me if anybody's asking me stuff, Mike.
What are you using for drying retarder?
Okay, so that's a good question. This is what I've been using. You can get this from my Amazon. I've got like an Amazon list in my profile. If you're using a PC or Mac, you can go to my profile and there's like a Shoshie recommends. It's Sax. Can you see that? That is super bright. Let me see if I can.
White. No, the light, oh my gosh.
Mike. All right, how about if I cover it like a little bit?
Put your hand above it. Hate it. In the light.
Trying. How's that? There we go. Something like that. Sax True Flow drying retarder, and it's super cheap. You get a lot. You get 16 ounces. If you live in the UK, get Amsterdam. That's what Julio Cabos uses. That's what I would be using if it didn't cost a mint to get. It's like a little tiny bottle for $75 if you are in the US. Like only, I don't know, it's so much less if you get it from the UK.
Sax, S-A-X, right?
Yep.
You use this in your airbrush too? Not your earbrush. That'd be something else.
I haven't thought about that, but I should try it. That's a really good point. The trouble is, I mean, it works. It will retard your drying time by a lot. So using an airbrush, I don't know that I would use it in my airbrush because I like my stuff to dry more quickly with the airbrush actually. So that way I can do layers more easily. I don't know. Maybe a couple drops, you know, just to keep things thinned out. All right, back here we've got all these straps, which I'm going to go back and use. This is the Dubai brown, or is this is the lighter. It's not the highlight. It's the mid-tone color. Arabic shadow, I think it is what it is right here. Dubai brown is my base color.
Lap traps. Was wondering if you have any advice regarding Scale75 paints, how to get a smooth base coat using them. Every base coat I have tried has just ended up patchy no matter how thin coats I apply.
That's why you need this stuff. This is the True Flow. So that is a really good question. So I think going from dark to light is really key with Scale75. And also choosing colors that have a lot of pigmentation. So maybe something that is a pastel. This would be considered a pastel, right? Those tend to, and reds and yellows also can be less pigmented. Kind of depends. Well, why don't we try? We're gonna do her bustier here. I think I will try to make it a darker leather, and let's try out some brush stroke techniques, and we will also use some of the drying retarder as well to see if this works. I'm going to use the Dubai brown with a little bit of, I'm looking for the right blue, maybe. Put all my paints away and now I can't find them. That's what always happens to me. Deep blue. This is deep blue. So we'll use these two to make a darker brown. That one is plugged. Hang on one second. Can you keep an eye on the chat, Mike?
Yep. Elva says they got an airbrush yesterday and having trouble with the paint drying on the tip because it's been so hot lately.
Oh, I know. So you can get a humidifier that might help and keep that in your room when you airbrush. And also, if you go watch my priming video that I did, I do a cocktail of, what do I put? I put a little bit of everything. I put Liquitex Professional Airbrush Medium. I put Flow Aid, and I put Airbrush Thinner. So this is the thinner, and the Flow Aid is by Liquitex. So Vallejo Airbrush Thinner, Flow Aid, and Airbrush Medium by Liquitex. I just put a few drops of each of those, and then I don't have as many problems. But you're right, it has been dry here as well, and I had to have all my airbrushes serviced recently. I'm putting glasses on. Make sure you guys put at Shoshie's Minis if you want to get me or Mike's attention so that he can ask me questions if I don't see it. Alright, and I'm looking for, so another trick to applying a good base coat is use a bigger brush. This one is a nice brush. It's a 2 by Broken Toad. We're going to mix a little bit of this brown right here. This is the Dubai brown. Let me put a little water on my palette right here. Oops, Dubai brown. A little bit of the deep blue. Boy, it turned bright green. That didn't turn brown at all. So don't do that. Let's see, I have another color. This one. This is Armor Brown by Vallejo Model Air. I'm going to mix some of that with my, oh, what the heck? I need to shake it.
Shaking it right in the microphone.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. All right. Dubai Brown already has a lot of green in it. See there? Put a little bit of that in there. All right, so that's going to be my base. I've got a nice big brush. It loads up. That's the thing about a bigger brush. It can hold paint longer and it dries out less. So we're ready. And because it's bigger, you've got a bigger brush, you've got more paint. So less brush strokes are going to happen to you. So the paint's able to hold on to its moisture in the brush for longer.
Black Skull 1965 is in the house, ready for a brush licking emote.
I don't lick my brushes. We talked about this, Black Skull. I had last summer I was licking my brush so much that something happened and my tongue, the end of my tongue got all dried out for like a few months. I don't know what caused it. Maybe I was on antihistamines too much. I don't know. But I got paranoid that it was my paint and I stopped. But we don't really do that. I mean, a little bit. You'll see me do it a little bit, but it's rare. Okay. Painting, she's got all these little hooks and stuff on her vest. I'm assuming to keep it covered over her waist. Huh. What is going on back here? Okay, so that is this color. Gotcha. I just figured out that this whole back of her right here, that's going to be like Iroko and Dubai Brown and stuff. Right. Alright, now I'm going to get, so this is, watch this. This is the important part. There are brush strokes in here. Can you see the brush strokes? I don't know if you can see them. They're in there, right about here. So first I was going up and down. Now I'm going to turn my mini. And then I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go side to side. And that should get rid of my brush strokes. It's kind of like when you're, when you're painting a wall, how you paint a W and then you paint up and down, and you're painting in those different directions, and it gets rid of the roller marks. There's not much I can do back here. I'm just going to give it a second coat. So that's all. Okay, and I'm going to paint the guns entirely brown with the base coat here. They're going to get painted over later, but their base coat is going to be brown, because they're going to end up being like different colors of bronze and stuff.
Do you always use
What?
Brilliant says, oh wait, no, Black Skull says you licked one on Monday.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I did.
Trillian says, so Super Dungeon Explorer resins need a lot of Bondic. LOL.
Oh, yeah.
Always wants to know, do you always base white and work down from there?
So here's what I do. I base black, and then I base, so I start with black. Can you guys see how that's both black and white? Start with black, and then I use white as my light source. And I use it from either 10 o'clock or 2 o'clock, depending on the direction of the mini. So like, for instance, there is a sweet spot on the mini, and generally it's like, you know. So then I'm going to point the light at it, and that is how I do the white. And you can see that in my priming video. It's on YouTube, the Elza Beta, and it pretty much is how I start. And yeah, I would say once I paint, I start with the white after I get the black. All right, I have a lot of weird stuff going on her waist right now, but I'm gonna get rid of that in a minute.
Almost Zab is watching while painting.
Hey Zab. Okay, so I want to point out this part is the same color as these straps. So I'm going to start with the Dubai brown. I'm going to mix it with a little bit of Arabic shadow because I don't want it so dark. Ooh, too much paint. This is definitely going to have some of those brush strokes we talked about in it if I don't work fast. That's another thing that can help you eliminate brush strokes. Paint a little quicker than you're used to get the first coat, because it's what's making those brush strokes is when it's drying. Parts of it are drying faster than the rest. And again, so the drying retarder can help with that a lot. Okay, so that is that. Letting that dry. Don't go back. Okay, so another thing that can help you with keeping a smooth coat is don't keep going back into it. If I go back into that right now while it's semi-dry, it's gonna like start crumbling up, and I'm gonna be pushing around pieces of dry paint. You'll get this cottage cheese effect that looks terrible. That's another thing you can do.
Black Skull says sometimes glaze medium helps to kick the brush stroke.
Oh, that's a great idea. Can you give him 5 points?
Ah.
And I'm just going over the little stitches, laces on her bustier here. I'm going to attempt to bring it up to the very close to this. I'd like to keep it on the darker end though. This is the Dubai brown. And I'm just going through here and picking up the edges of this bustier. And now we're highlighting. Leave the deposits of the paint on the part that is the highest highlight.
Draco80 says thank you for the priming explanation.
Yeah, please ask questions whenever you want. That's what, this is a class. It's not just a Twitch where you watch me paint. That's why we do it that way.
Claptraps with a subscribe.
Thank you so much, Claptraps. That is with a tier 1 sub. Thank you so much. So I wanted to point something out. Since we just had our first sub, this gal right here will be given away to my tier 3 subs. So if you happen to be a tier 3 sub, this will be this very small pool right now. We don't have a whole lot of tier 3 subs. So when this gets given away, it's the tier 3 subs that happen to be on that stream and enter. So that's a very high odds of winning for whoever those people are. You know, like when you go on to giveaways on Twitter and stuff. Magic runes. Magic runes. Hold on, let me.
I'm like Magikarp, magic runes.
Let me do my subscribers over here. Exclamation point! Yay! We got claptraps. T_TR4PS. Thank you so much. And then over here we'll put magic runes. Did the bot tell? The bot did not say magic runes yet. How do you spell it? Oh, there it is. MAGIKRUNES. I did put a Z.
You said S.
Oh, I did. Okay, there. Now it's a Z. All right.
It'd be backwards if it was an S.
New follower. We got a new follower. Yep. Oh, a new follower emote. But what would it be? So I definitely want to have all kinds of different emotes, but you got to give me ideas for what the picture would be. You can't just say new follower. That might be too boring, right? All right. So this is a little bit of this blue-green color, this deep blue, and this is what I'm going to use to make this darker up here. Mix it a little bit with my blue. It'll make a dark umber. See how that gets really dark really quick? Like an oiled leather look, like a dark leather. Kind of going back and forth with my blue and my brown. It's going to be really harmonious with the rest of the outfit as well, because we've got her blue up in her bodice. I'm not 100% digging the skin showing through, so I'm going to go in here and do that outline real quick. That looks better to me. Oh, something else we talked about is giving this gal away. Because she has a few little irregularities with her tummy. And because of that, I don't feel like she's ever going to be competition material or display, material. So that means I'm more than happy to work on her for the stream only and then give her away afterward. I think you guys might like that as well. Alright, under each of these little stitches, I'm going to do a drop shadow with this blue to make that pop out a little bit more. When you do a highlight, it's ideally good to have a shadow next to it for the greatest contrast. Think about that when you do your highlights. Did I put a shadow by it? Am I highlighting right by a shadow? Okay. How smooth that is, and the blue is pretty thin. It's not quite glaze consistency, but it's pretty thin. All right, let this dry. I'm going to go back to the stitches, which are pretty much dry, and I'm going to use a mixture of my Iroko and my Arabic shadow. Oops, and I got to make sure the brush is pointy enough. These little details that really make your models look crazy good. It's just these picky details. See me hold my breath.
Kadash says nice mini.
Thank you. Welcome, Kadash. How are you? This mini, like I said, she'll probably be given away to the chat. I don't know when, if it'll be at the end of the stream or at the end of the month. We just had a giveaway, so it'll probably be at the end of the month. Who's that? Ooh, Lisker88, thank you for the follow. Let's write down your name too.
Black Skull's asking if her hair from last week is a dull red or if the camera's washing out the intensity.
It is like a dark red. I didn't ever get it to be like strawberry blonde. I liked it more to be this color. Trying to focus a little bit. There we go. Why is it? I'm not even touching the table, but there we go.
Because I think the tripod, like.
Oh, on your side?
No, like. Change things, and so it's really sensitive vibration on the table.
Oh no.
Kind of fun.
Sorry, guys. All right. I lost my train of thought.
Lisker 88.
Lisker 88 subscribers. Followers. Thank you for the follow, Lisker. There you are, right there. Okay. So now I'm gonna attempt to do these highlights and stuff up in here. Can you guys see that? Let's see if I can do this with the Dubai Brown and the Arabic Shadow. What I want to do, actually this brush is actually too nice to do something like that. So we're gonna stipple. I'm gonna show you what I want to do to stipple. I will pick an older brush. This is a Winsor Newton. Can you see how it doesn't really have a point? That's kind of what I want. I want something where I can like that and make that noise. All right, so, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm dabbing it on my paper towel.
Hello, Ms. Half Damage.
Just like this. Hi, Miss Half Damage, how's it going? All right, we're gonna stipple. Give that texture to the leather, make it feel old. The leather gets like that.
Mr. Half Damage says she's looking.
Who is?
The
Oh,
model.
shit. Yeah, thank you. Well, I didn't know. Maybe Miss Half Damage was talking about herself and she said she was looking pretty and I didn't realize. Right. It's okay if you see little texture marks because that's what we want. We want that micro texture in there. And you want to do it in layers, like ogres.
Like onions.
Yes. See how that's slowly layering up? If you keep messing with it while it's wet, you'll just have a mess. Sometimes words are hard. Especially while I'm painting. Can you guys see that? Slowly, it's definitely looking like leather for sure.
Fiona loves crafting. Hello.
Hello, welcome Fiona Loves Crafting. I'm doing less stippling closer to the bodice because there's shadowed areas right there and I want to keep that shadow. And I'm just continuing to go. So now we have what I'm looking for. Now I'm going to go in here with a little Iroko, which is the lightest color. This is where we're really going to see a higher contrast. Start light. Use a light touch. And then get darker as you go because otherwise you can always put more on, but once it's on, it's a much bigger pain in the butt to take off. Much bigger. Okay, I'm gonna add just a tiny bit of this light skin to my Iroko to make it even lighter. Because remember how we talked about highlight up and then glaze back down? That's what this is gonna be right now. Leather is just dried up skin, okay? So it needs layers. You gotta layer it just like I do with my skin tones. Now I'll go back with my Dubai brown and I'll layer on top. Oops, that's a little bit light. It's getting there though. That looks leathery to me. What do you guys think? Good, good.
Are you looking at it?
Miss Half Damage finished her first test mini today. Awesome, so relieved. Now it's time to start the army painting. This is new. That's awesome, Miss Half Damage. It takes fortitude, yes. So one of the things I found that helps with the army painting is get like a strip of cardboard, you know, about like this big, and make it put like 5 minis or so on the strip with a little sticky tack, and then paint them in assembly line. Sometimes that can really speed things up. All right, with my tiny brush again, here we've got the laces and pull that up. Oh, the Bug King! 13 months? Oh my gosh. The Bug King, thank you so much. Give some hype, guys. Let's do exclamation point hype in the chat for the Bug King. He's also a Twitch streamer as well. Can you do exclamation point hype, please? Since I think you're my only... Actually, Bug King is one of my mods, but he can't hype himself because that's tacky, but I guess he could. Yay, Bug King! Bug King, I just made an announcement. All my tier 3 subscribers have a chance to win this gal once I finish painting her. She's just the demo, and then we're gonna do the paint along separate. I'm gonna give away that model as well. And then I've got a third model that's completely unpainted and unassembled that I will be giving away as well. Yes. Fiona Loves Crafting. I love that name. Hype. Yep. Yeah, we're doing the paint along Cyber Nomad. I'm not sure if it'll be before or after Gen Con, or you know, if I have to wait until after Gen Con, it might be a little bit. We've got a lot going on. Okay, I'm mixing a little bit of the Dubai brown with my skin tone color. I want this to be light so that people can see it. Let me see this. Yeah, that's pretty light actually. Mix a little bit with the Iroko. All right. Now I have to go back and pick out my details. Woohoo!
Fiona Loves Crafting is now following.
Thank you! Fiona Loves Crafting, how are you? Is it one L or two? Fiona Loves. That's it. I was saying Fiona. Fiona loves crafting. Fiona loves crafting. There we go, crafting. There. Woo! Thank you so much. If you can get that model, do the paint along. Yeah, do the paint because there's just going to be time. Go to Coddle Ruddick Art and order it. It should get to you within 2 weeks or so, and then hopefully you can get it primed and stuff. I'm doing good. Do we have a link for the paint along model? Can you go to Coddle Ruddick Art, Mike? It'd pop up in your history. Elzbieta, Vampire Princess. Elzbieta is ELSYBETA. There we go. These laces look so much better now that they're painted. See? I'm going to put just a little bit of drying retarder in my brush because I'm still having problems with things drying before I even get it touched to the... Okay, each little stitch is going to get a bit of paint. If the details aren't too great, make them up. All right, we got another follow.
You decide if you want.
Probably not. But welcome to the class. I don't think your name is gonna. I don't know. It's an iffy one.
Beamington says later.
Later, Beamington. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Okay, so sweet. All right, we got all our little details in here. See how that looks? And I like how that light amount looks, so I'm gonna go ahead and find other spots to put it so I can make everything else pop out like that did. Much better. Okay, now I'm just going to take a smidge of that color and I'm going to do just a little stippling over here where I potentially make this lighter. We'll do a glaze of ink or something over this because I don't want it to look so dry. I want it to actually look more like oiled leather. In order to do that, we have to have it lighter first, because that will shine up through the paint, shine up through the ink. Notice that I'm just wrecking my brush. This is a good brush. Should have used my stipple brush with this. All right, let's get out. What ink shall I use? Bear with me. Hold on a second. A little tray I have down here.
I just realized you glued this on backwards.
Oh, that's fine. You want to tell them what this is so that... Nope, no ink in that one. Give me a second to find all my stuff.
Are you going to use Seraphim Sepia for the ink?
That's a good idea. Let's see if I have any. Seraphim Sepia is a GW one, isn't it? I don't think I have it handy. Wait, what's this? Nope. Tell you what, but I do have Sepia Game ink, which might actually work better for what I want. So I'm going to put just a little bit of this, just a drop. It needs to be shaken a little bit more. Thank you for making that suggestion, Black Skull. Okay, so this is an ink by Game Color. I'm thinning it a little bit with my big ol' stipple brush here. Do that. And also, because we've got a difference in finishes, it will stand out a lot. I actually like that. What do you think, Mike?
That's cool.
It works.
Yeah. Good.
I'm gonna make it a little bit darker up here. Make sure that's dry when you do that glaze of that ink over the top. All right, back here we have nothing done. We're gonna do again with the shadows and the brown. Whew, that's a lot of paint. There you go. Ta-da! Smooth.
Fiona loves crafting stuff. Look, it's amazing.
Oh, thank you, Fiona. Titanic Viking, how's it going? Nope, you hate it. Never seen worse. Gaming has a luster. Yes, exactly. That's what we want. I do a lot of improv because I don't always have what I need at my fingertips. So I'll just grab stuff. And so you don't see me make recipes. My one recipe that I use a lot is my metallic recipe for golds and things. I'll use this, and my tinny tin. Where is my tinny tin? Here, these. Let's do it like this. Base, highlight, base, highlight, super highlight. I guess it would be like, depends on how gold or copper you want it. While that's drying, let's actually move to her arm. So what I've done is I've done a base coat of tinny tin. Here's my tinny tin. I've taken my blue color, which is my deep blue, and a mix of my umbral. It's not umbral umber, but it's like umber, armor brown. Probably a mix of these two. And then that gives me a real deep, dirty color that I can put down in the crevices of her arm and around shadows and stuff to give myself some depth. So now I'm going to take just a little bit of the brassy brass. Pretty good. You're about to sit down. Oh, okay. So one of the things is kind of, we don't allow self-promotion in chats, and I know you maybe didn't mean it, but to come into someone else's chat and saying, hey, I'm gonna go stream, it's just, we don't allow that. It's bad etiquette.
That's faux pas.
It's bad etiquette. So that's why I gave you a little time out. Base mid-tone highlight, pretty much. So this, you're gonna go back and forth with this though. So watch this here. Watch, you gotta paint your edges. This is very similar to non-metallic metal. Okay, is that visible, Mike? Pretty good? Is that, watch how I'm painting my edges. And then this is sort of like a sphere on top of a cylinder. So we give that, think about how you highlight a sphere. Right, and then it becomes down in here because it's a cylinder.
Down a little bit.
And again, that's a little edge, so that gets a highlight. Look, so when I'm highlighting, one of the things I utilize my lamp light, and I look to see where is the lamp naturally highlighting, and I will just go and paint. It's so much easier than non-metallic metal, but it teaches you actually how to do non-metallic. You just have to think a lot more. So see, that's where the lamp was highlighting my knuckles, and then it did a little highlight here, and then all the way around this little circle doodad. I don't know why that's on her hands or what it is. It's a lot better when you're not forced to watch it in 160p. Okay, and then on this end, and that, and then there's little gears and different things in here. Just go in and pick those out because we don't want, those are mostly in darkness, so we don't get a lot of that. That one gets a nice highlight right here. I'm a Garlug. Thank you so much for the follow. I'm a Garlug. Welcome.
Hey, Deviston, how's it going?
Yay, there's some hype for you. Lisker, thank you. That's almost just listening to audio at that quality. Oh my goodness. Because he was talking about 160p.
Yeah.
What is, tell me, I'm a tech noob, guys. What is 160p? What does that mean?
Remember your old computer monitor from like 1995?
Oh boy.
That's worse than 160.
Whoa. Okay.
It's really small screen. But now he was watching it that small.
Yeah. Yeah, and now she's got these little bitty fingers. Can you guys see that? Make sure you get the knuckles first because those are going to be the brightest. I'm imagining that if I had a metal arm, there would be a lot of wear on the fingers and spots that I touch stuff with a lot. See how that actually looks like metal now because we have the dark with the matte paint. And then see there. Who taught me this metallic metals was Michael Proctor. He's going to be at ReaperCon, so if you get a chance to go to ReaperCon and take any classes from him, his metallic metals class is awesome. And it's fun too. All right, this elbow, see this elbow has a little bit of all the edges, because when you have metallics, the edges always get painted. See, that's
Jay Crowd loves your hair.
Thank you. I'm happy with it too. I wasn't happy when I first got it cut, and so that's why I got it colored pink, because it was so boring to me. And I was like, I need to be a little bit more extra than this. There we go. So the pink with the basic haircut kind of pizzazzes it up a lot. See how, okay, so this arm is a cylinder. Cylinders have highlights pretty much straight up and down, right? And then she's got various shapes down here, which mainly just, if you paint the edges, you'll be set. Highlight it just like you would. Again, she's got a lot of wear and tear, hopefully, on her hands because she's carrying things all the time. And then this is a cylinder right here, a little bitty one. Now, this is where you got to think, where's my light source? Right, because you've got multiple light sources up and down this arm. There's one in the back and there's one in the front. Smooth that down. Okay, now in the box art, her arm is more gold, but it has like brass on the inside and on the hand. So we're going to leave the hand brass and we're going to use some of our glorious gold. Mike. And we're going to use that for the arm part. Whoa, Leanne to subscribe. Thank you so much,
7
Kat.
months.
7 months. Woohoo, another chance to learn from Shoshie. Thank you, Kat. She did the tier 3, so she is going to be eligible to win the bust that I'm painting, the vampire bust. All right. And she also, because she's a tier 3, she gets to have video coaching from me for 1/2 hour. All right, so, okay, so we were doing the arm. Let me show you the gold part. Win all the busts, yes. The nails, yeah, my nails match, Jake Crud. I need to get them done because 2 of them came off my thumb and my middle finger came off. All right, so this is the gold. This will change the color. I don't know why, but it doesn't look the same if you go straight brown to gold. If you put the brass underneath, it just looks better. And like I said, I don't know why, but it just does. So that's how I do it. And I'm leaving the hand brass. So all of the inner parts are going to be stay gold or stay brass. And then the rest is going to be gold on the outside. See? That looks nice. And if you need to go back and forth with it at all, see, that definitely looks gold. Now I want to show you something. This is my favorite highlight color for metal, silver. Game Air Silver. I'm going to put some of this on my palette. I'm going to mix it just a tiny bit with my gold, which will make it like a really light gold, because it will retain some of that yellow. And this is that ding, because gold is really reflective. So we need some of that ding.
Ding!
Do all the edges with this. And that will make it appear even more new. If you want it to be more old, use more of the regular gold, I'm guessing. Okay, just a little bit right here. Ding!
Ding!
Alright, so that is properly golden now. Put a little bit more gold back on it. I feel like that wasn't enough. There we go. Good, and I'm gonna go ahead, now that I've got my silver out, it's got a lot of little buckles and stuff that I've already like painted. I'm gonna try to pick these out. Some of them I'm gonna mess up on because they're so tiny. I just tried to paint one and I got some on her skin already, but I need to redo the skin on her torso anyway, so that's okay, not too bad. Sometimes, somebody talked about this, there is a little booger or something of paint on the end of your brush, and it will make it really hard for you to paint anything nice. Alright, can't do anything on the back yet because we've already got details. I can need to continue painting. There we go. Anybody have any questions, Mike?
Nope.
People are
Other than Lumina saying you're gonna win all the busts.
win all the busts. Seeing all these little tiny buckles, but you know what? Paint the buckles. Because, well, first of all, paint them so they look nice. Hold a steady hand.
Bug King wants to know if you started this game with Verdaccio or going a different route.
We did not start it with Verdaccio, Bug King. We started this with kind of the Julio Cabos method, which is we airbrushed the first layer of the skin with the light skin or the golden skin. And it was this, and then we shaded down with other colors and then highlighted up. It's a little different. I mean, I feel like there's less room for error with this method, but I wanted it to have a Julio Cabos look because we're kind of doing an homage to his painting a little bit. All right. That is a good question, though.
What's Verdaccio?
Verdaccio is a old master's Renaissance technique of portrait painting, where they would have a green base, like a green. I'm not sure what the term was. It was like a green base, and then they would paint the flesh color over it and it would become the shadows and everything. It's one of the ways that I use to make realistic skin tones. And you can Google Verdaccio portrait and you can see what I'm talking about right away.
Bug King says it looks very good. I can see how it would be less forgiving of a technique, though.
Yeah, I think it is. I'm going back and painting some of these little straps, the Dubai brown, because I feel like they needed to be a little bit separated from some of the other color down there. There we go. All right. So there's something with the sepia that's bugging me. It looks a little too yellowy to me, so I feel like it needs to go more toward a red. So I'm going to try this. Actually, no, this is going to be better. This is Marin Brown ink. This has a little bit more red in it. I'm going to try this rather than the sepia. It has more yellow and green. So just a smidge. Because like it looks good, but it's not where I want it. I want it to feel like it mirrors her hair a little bit. See how that's more red? We kept some of the yellow. I'm going to keep some of the yellow. But I really want the red tone in there as well.
Does it say on the box or anything why she only has one arm?
She does not have one arm. Look at this. Over here, we've got her bird. The reason why I don't have the bird arm on there is because look at that. That'd be really hard to paint both her front and back. And this bird, if it was attached. So we sub-assembled it. We're going to paint them separate and then put them together after the fact. It's such a stunning model.
Sure. Bug King wants to know, have you tried Grisaille yet?
Grisaille?
That's something I really wanted to do with the flesh tone tint over top.
Grisaille is very similar to what this is. This is where we have the white and the black already. The only difference between Grisaille and Verdaccio is Verdaccio has green, right? Grisaille is like more of a black and white. Also, Grisaille can be a little bit more sketchy, a little bit it doesn't have to be, but it can be. And I have tried Grisaille, yes. Welcome. Who's that? That's a subscriber.
Black Skull.
Thank you for the subscribe. Oh my gosh, Black Skull, 1965. BLAKKSK. 1965. Black Skull. Does your name mean anything? Is it like a tattoo that you got in 1965, or is it just? Is there any reason for it?
For somebody to get a tattoo in 1965, they'd be older than our parents.
You could still. There's a lot of older gamers. Verdaccio. It's let me see if I can spell it here. I'll try
65 is the year that born.
Ah.
Not the year that he got a tattoo.
Ah, okay. I think it's that. Yep, thank you, Bug King. Did I get it right? Yes, I did. Aha! Bug King beat me. All right. This whole waist area is bugging me. I'm using rosy skin plus a little bit of light skin. It's not rosy skin. I keep calling it that. Is it rosy skin? It's pink flesh. That's what I mean. It's a rosy, I think one of the reasons why I say rosy is because it doesn't matter what the paint color is. What matters is that you get that tone.
When attaching to the sub-assemblies, how do you stop the glue from reacting to the paint?
Does it react? I guess make sure it's dry. I don't know. I don't think it really it doesn't really react on me once it's dry. Although you do sometimes have a little bit of shininess, which then you have to go back and either paint over after it's dry, or you need to add a little bit of anti-shine. Army Painter makes a great anti-shine. Look at that, I fixed it. Yay! Put a little bit of the rosy on here because I feel like the rest of her is all nice and rosy. Okay. This is tricky because, like I said, she's got some irregularities down here in her skin. So I'm using paint to try to camouflage it.
King says the next technique, it'll leak.
Ooh. That's a cool idea. Bug King, have you done that before? So these are all like old masters techniques, but just put on minis.
He hasn't tried it yet.
I highly recommend, if you want to stun the miniature world, go dig up an old master's technique from the 16th or 15th century, whatever, and try to see if you can get it to work on a miniature. People will be stunned. They'll think that you invented it. You can brand it. I'm being very sarcastic right now. People have been doing that. Not intentionally, I don't think, but it is amusing. Okay. So I'm faking this here by acting as if I'm painting the top of her pants when it's really part of her skin. You can hide it. Much better. See that? That completely camouflaged it. There is a little bit of a dark flesh color right in here. There you go. Nice. I like that. Okay. Let's see. I'm sorry, guys. I've been being lazy with my chat. Bug King's getting an extensive lesson in oxy-acetylene welding. Oh my gosh. I get scared of welding. I did welding in college. Specifically for miniatures. You can do sarcasm in the munis. Like glass blowing on a miniature didn't work very well. That's awesome. Yes, I'm gonna take my glasses back off. All right. There's a whole belt buckle she has that is, it looks like it's trying to be, I can't tell. It looks like it's trying to be gold, but I'm going to base coat it brown, and I'm only painting the shadows at the moment because I want to leave my highlights for later. See? We got a good start. I like how we're kind of finishing her from top to bottom. Making this more, a little bit more on the red end. Does her vest look like leather to you guys? I think it does. Does it look like leather, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like there's more we could do to accentuate the shadows under the laces though, because they're kind of sloppy. That's it. Okay, so I took a little bit of this blue and just going underneath the lace highlight. And that did it. I'm very picky, guys. That little extra attention to detail that can make your models look nice. All right, let's work on this. This whole back right here is going to be we need to get the stippling brush out. Well, did I drop it on the floor? I think I dropped it on the floor. Here it is. My Winsor Newton 1 that has no point to it anymore. So I'm going to start out with my Dubai Brown and a little bit of Arabic shadow. Mostly wipe most of it off, and then start at the top of the, there's like a little bustier back here. I'm gonna texture it. And this is where the curve of her waist is. So pretend like that's like fabric, right? And that's gonna get more highlight because it's got more light on it, right? Like this, see? Same thing with this side. There, and then try to do a little bit on that. So this back part, it looks like it's supposed to be sheer. I'm gonna leave that the way it is, and I'm just gonna paint a few little dots of metal. Probably with my tinny tin. Did I put tinny tin on? I didn't put tinny tin on my palette yet. Let me put some of that. There, now I have all my colors. Whoop. Corset is amazing. Thank you, Crimson. Yeah, it does look cool. Looks really good at cam, for sure. So I feel like before we go any farther, we need to do these lenses up here. Now, I will tell you, lenses are not my forte. I'm not so good at them. So I'm going to have this right next to me. I'm gonna copy Julio's work right off the box, because I really can't do it by myself. Not yet, anyway. So the first thing I'm gonna do is do a dark blue base. I need to take glasses off for this for sure. And the whole lens is going to get to be this dark blue. Notice I'm not using other new colors. I keep using the same colors over and over again. I keep my palette limited, and that's what makes things look good together later. So there's one. I need a little bit of drying retarder in there because it's not flowing off my brush like I want it to. Okay, and there's two. And I'm also not worrying about the metal around it just yet. Okay, so that's it. That's super dark. We're gonna do a little wet blending. I think I'm gonna attempt with the light skin and see if that works first. I'm gonna do a little semicircle. Slowly. Okay, so that's sort of worked. And then I need to go back with my blue and then blend that in the middle. I'm using sort of a tapping motion to blend that. I need to let that dry because it wasn't the strength of contrast that I wanted. So I'm going to use some yellow because it looks to me like you used yellow. This is Lilith yellow. Actually, I think I'm gonna try this. This is Tenier yellow. It's a scale color. This is the Scale Fantasy games. They work a little bit differently. This one's gonna be more opaque and easier to blend, I think, with the blue. Right. Dynarez is awesome. That's my favorite primer. So Black Studio says, I've been keeping a limited... Good morning, Jan. Hey, how's it going? Give Jan some hype. He is a awesome streamer. Mad love. Genuine vision. Let's see. Plastic glues. Yeah, Bug King is a glue expert for sure. So listen to what he has to say. He says plastic glues, they melt and then they cure to create a bond. The plastic glue gets to an area that has paint and then melts, and the plastic underneath will also lift the paint. Oh, so this is a metal mini, so I shouldn't have that same problem. That makes sense. Black Skull says, I've been keeping a limited palette on my recent Bushido minis. They not only look cohesive as the group, they look good. Awesome. You'll find the fewer paints you have, just keep mixing the same paints together to get new colors. They'll be all harmonious together if you keep using a limited amount. Okay, here's the yellow. So watch this, I'm going to put a little bit, actually, let me start out. I'm going to put a smidge of drying retarder on the model before I even start. This is going to help me blend, because I'm a lazy and I stink at blending sometimes. Okay, see, I put the drying retarder on there. I wipe off my brush, put some yellow on it, and I hope this works. Sort of working. Some on this side. Now go back in with my blue. This is where I blend in the middle. I attempt to blend in the middle. I've told you guys I'm not so good at lenses. That's actually better, isn't it? I like that. I feel like the lenses need to be a more pop. So now I'm going to actually add a new color, and I'm going to use Caribbean Blue. It's a nice turquoisey color, but it's a very steampunky color still. All my colors so far have been browns and gold and this, you know, peach for her skin, and now turquoise. Oh, we got another sub. Hold on. Matchsticks Man, thank you for the sub. 6 months in a row. Tier 1, thank you so much. Matchsticks Man. Okay, give some hype. Hype for Matchstick Man. Yes, thank you so much, Bug King. Try to keep your minis to 4 colors in general. That's a good idea. Terramibble, if you mix the 4 colors, you can actually get a ton of other colors, right? Because if you mix each color with itself, then you get a whole range. All right, what was I doing? I was Benson Striker 1982. Thank you for the host. Look at the love. Heaviston is struggling with lenses. Okay, so watch me struggle and then, you know, feel my pain. So I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna mix a little bit of this turquoise with this yellow first. This is the lighter turquoise that we just had. The trick is getting that blend, right? So here's some more turquoise. Now I will try adding a little bit of my darker blue on the top of this. Ooh, that blended nice. That looks good. Doesn't that look good?
That looks awesome.
It doesn't look awesome. Stop it.
You said it doesn't look good. Or said
I mean, comparatively to what it looked like a minute ago. All right. And now I'm putting the yellow by itself along the bottom of the lens. That will really help it pop. This one over here is not blended good, so I'm going to try to fix it. All right, now with the blue on the top. Much better. Coming together. It's definitely, notice that the reason why you want that bright blue up there, what does it do? It pulls your eye back up to her face. That's what I want. I want the focus on her face. And I'm adding a little bit more turquoise. Much better. Pop, her eyes go straight to those lenses. Now, the yellow again. Julio is way better at this than me.
How long is it taking you to paint this so far?
Well, how many hours have we been online right now? So it's 8:30, which should do a stretch bake. So that's an hour and a half plus 2 hours. So this is 3.5 hours. That's not bad. 3.5 hours. It'll be 4 by the end of the stream. All right. Nothing is blended. So I'm going to take a little bit of this drying retarder here. Put that on there first. Take a little bit of that blue up at the top. Ooh, that worked. And then a little bit of the turquoise. Blend the yellow with the blue. See, now it has that is it concave or convex? Concave.
Cave means it caves in.
Okay, so it's convex. It has that convex lens quality to it. Okay. Now I'm going to take the blue around the edges of the lens to clean that up. Boom, boom. And now we need white. White is very important for lenses. I'm gonna leave that down. Now in here, he's got 2 dots of reflections at the top, and they're both like kind of like the eyes. They're gonna be in the same spot. For mine, because my light source is at roughly 2 o'clock, I'm gonna focus my, ooh, there is drying retarder on that one, so I will leave that one alone for a minute. There's one. See, boom. This is making such a big difference, just these little reflection dots. And I'll put a smaller one next to it, right? Tell me how it looks, Mike. Does it look? I'm waiting for this drying retarder to dry. I don't want the little white dot to spread. Notice that I'm putting the white dot in the darkest part of the lens. I'm not putting it into the shadow area. Same thing with eyeballs. You're going to put it by the pupil. There. Ding ding! Makes a huge difference. Now, with the white, I'm going to pull, this is a Ben Comets move right here. I'm going to highlight little tiny details. That I feel like would get an extra little ding. There are lots of them all around her bustier here. Because she's got lots of little metal bits that have high reflective points to them. See? Tiny little dots make a difference. I think the white actually looks even a little bit better than the silver that I had. Feels more realistic for some reason. Pop, pop, pop. Okay, quickly. We'll do the goggles. The goggles are gold. I'm gonna do them in the metallic metal. I'm gonna paint everything with my tinny tin first. I prefer metallic metals generally, and then I think they can help you if you do non-metallic metals. It can help you get better at metallic metals. Anybody chatting, Mike?
Not really.
Okay. What are people painting right now? Tell me about what you guys are working on. One of you guys said you were working on an army. Miss Half Damage said that she was beginning an army for the first time.
Hells Angels Inquisitor.
Ooh.
That's what Genuine's painting.
Nice. Alright, we got that painted. We're gonna let that dry.
Trillian says his gaming table standing on the ceiling.
Nice.
Clap traps, 2:30 a.m. here, so no painting, anything.
No painting.
Poto now is just ordering a paint set in a few minutes for the first time ever painting.
Oh, that's awesome.
Elvis is painting Reaper Cthulhu. Black Skull is painting Bushido Minis, Clan, Ido, and Kingdom Death pinups.
Yay, Kingdom Death.
GM Brent is beginning to dive into his extensive Bones collection. Bug King is working on a scenic base for Black Sun's Kynan the Damned.
Awesome.
Kynan the Damned.
Conan?
Kynan.
Kynan.
Evanston is working on an armature.
Okay, look at those little dots against that very flat matte. Make a really strong contrast.
Poto now is an airbrusher wanting to broaden the horizons. I know nothing of the games, but I am very intrigued in the painting of them.
Okay, that's awesome. Sometimes you don't have to get into gaming to get into painting. I think that, that's something that should be said more often. It can make things more fun, but it's not a necessity. All right, so I'm painting a little bit of my shadow back in here. Just using, I think I used that Armor Brown. And I'm gonna highlight with my Rocco.
Cat Leanne's painting a Blood Bowl dwarf team.
Woo!
Fiona Loves Crafting is sculpting some props for their minis.
What kind of props?
Diomedes Industries is working on sanding chopsticks.
Why?
Why?
Stop.
That's crazy.
Mike. Maybe so that they will be easier to eat with? I don't know. No, but seriously, there was a question. Somebody was doing something. I can't remember who said it. What was this right where it was before Diomedes Industries? I said, what were they doing? I can't remember.
For Diomedes was Fiona Loves Crafting, sculpting props.
Yeah, sculpting. What kind of props are you sculpting for them?
See ya, Bug King.
Bye, Bug King. Thank you so much for subbing. Aw, thank you for the cheer.
Benson Striker.
Benson Striker, 1982, with the 100 cheers. Oh, look. Guys, look in the chat. That's my first cheer mote. It's the little movable. It's they're animated. Yay! And they get crazier and crazier the bigger you cheer. So that's really, thank you, Benson. How did you find that? Because
Oh, it's like the second one.
it's the second one, but how did? Because I couldn't. Okay,
It wasn't there before, maybe. I
it
don't know.
wasn't there. It just showed up. Maybe somebody unlocked it.
Ich weiß es nicht.
I'm excited. I'm very excited that my cheer motes are working. Yay! Evelyn Online says, I'm the same. Love painting 40K but you haven't played in a decade. You know, and I have to say, some of these, you know what you should really get is some of those Forge World Primarchs. Do you like painting? They practically paint themselves. They're so lush. They're really detailed, beautiful, expensive as heck. What? Ah, yay! See? Oh, Memnor Tevison. See? Oh, she's so cute. Thank you guys. So each one is different. See how the 100 is different from the 1? I had an animator animate them for me. Yes. Yeah, they are really cute. Make sure if you can go through the little list, take a look at the biggest one. It's like 1,000 or 100,000. I can't remember what it is, but it's like got like all this crazy stuff in the background and those like big giant cheese grin. She's really cute. And we're gonna have so much new stuff for the chat when we're gonna have loyalty badges. We're gonna have more emotes.
Poto Now is now following.
Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Poto Now.
Get an animator do those for you.
I did have an animator do them for me. Where do I put this? I'm following Podo. What does Poto Now stand? What does Poto Now stand for? All right, so we got that. I need the ink. I'm gonna do the sepia again, and then come back with that other ink. That actually looks kind of cool back here. There we go. Bada, bada, bada. Let that dry. I realize some of my color is fading off over here. The green machine. Thank you for the follow. We've had 83 followers recently, just this
Since
past
last Friday.
Since last Friday. The green machine. The machine.
Whoa, Tyrillian, 1,000 bits.
Oh my gosh, look at her. She's happy. Tyrillian.
And they even
thank you
fall
so
into the glass too.
Yeah, and oh, that's awesome. And also, you guys get the little Trillian as the gold badge now too.
Poto Now's last nickname is Poto, and I'm always in the now, so Poto Now.
Nice.
I large following on the app called Vine. Not sure if you're familiar with it. Anyways, it was just Poto on there, but needed to mix it up when Vine died.
Aw,
Now I'm going to YouTube.
sweet. I'll look you up on YouTube. Is it gonna just be Poto on YouTube, or
No, I don't know.
it'll be Poto Now? I love YouTube. Lately, I've been not addicted, but I've been watching a lot of YouTube.
Yes, they're on YouTube.
Cool.
I don't know if he did it. But...
Awesome. Did what? Where are you you were showing. Oh, I see his face. That's amazing. Yay. Photo Vines, if you search YouTube. How did
51 minutes of 6-second videos.
Funny. 51 minutes of 6-second videos. Mike and my daughter were big into watching Vines. Big time. And I never got into it. But I would, they would show them to me all the time. It's so funny. All right, I'm doing more texturizing. Texturizing, is that a word? Of my leather back here. How'd you find me, Poto? Were you looking for creative miniature painters, or did you just happen to see me in creative or positivity maybe? There we go. Oh, I love it. All right. Ooh, jeez,
Wow.
that's bad.
He had 60,000 followers and 127 million loops.
That's
That's,
awesome.
yeah, but mine went away. That's
I
sad.
know. That's what happens when you put all your content in one place. That's why I have like 4 different social media platforms right now. How am I planning to mount the hawk at the end? So the hawk is already on her arm. She's got a glove. Who knows why she needs a glove for a metal hand? Maybe to keep it from getting scratched. But it goes up under here, under her arm. If I can fix it in there. There we go, and it'll be like this. See how gorgeous she is? No, I want you to notice something. This is a design thing. Look at how her body does an S curve. That's a design thing. There's something in design called the line of beauty. And it's an S curve. And we just, as human beings, find it naturally pleasing. I think one of the reasons why the female form is so pretty compared to, I think the male form is gorgeous, don't get me wrong. But there are way more S curves in a female form, generally. Right, what's next? What were we doing before? We were waiting for something to dry. Was it the lenses? Yes. All right, time to do the brass on the lenses. I'm focusing up here because this is where the light is reflecting the most. Some of this can be left some of it can be left brown because that's going to actually be the leather of the straps. And actually some of the tinny tin can be left brown as well. Let me look at this. Yep.
But did you see the thing Paterna said about airbrushing?
No, tell me.
So does white on black canvas airbrushing portraits bust up minimal color? I was looking to see if anyone was airbrushing on Twitch and haven't really found minis, so looking further into it, I got intrigued with minis. Now I'm here.
Nice, awesome. I'm gonna start airbrushing. You need to follow Rainer72. Can we do a shout out for Rainer72? He does a lot of airbrushing and he's very knowledgeable, and he's one of my channel friends. Here we go. Follow him. He does airbrushing all the time. In fact, I think he's going to be on Friday night after me. Hoping I can get a chance to host him. And you can get all kinds of info from him. There are a few mini painters that do airbrushing. It's harder to find them airbrushing. Oh, I forgot this whole little thing. I get like squirrel sometimes when it comes to my minis. I'm like, lose my train of thought.
Rainer's on tonight.
Oh, he's on tonight. Awesome. So yes, watch him tonight. I hope he's not on so late though. I can't host him.
Starts in 15 minutes.
Sweet. All right, so we're gonna host Rainer right after this, and so you can go jump right to him. You just stay with this channel, and we'll jump right to him once, and you can talk to him about airbrushing. Tell him Shoshie sent you. All right, we got her goggles mostly painted on. All right, now the gold. This brush is a little bit big for this. This is a Rosemary company. Okay.
When are you gonna do the pants?
When am I gonna do the pants? What time is it?
It's a quarter till.
It's quarter till. We got 15 minutes. So I think we should save the pants for the next stream, which is going to be Friday.
Friday. SMR painting.
AMSR.
ASMR. Mini painting.
Friday? No, we're not doing AMSR painting. That would be weird. You have to have a special mic, Mike.
I'm putting the
No.
brush with the
Nobody
paint
wants to
onto his
listen to
pants.
you, Mike. He's trolling me again. This is why we need Sassy Mike and Troll Face Mike.
I don't even know if they can hear it when I was doing
Yeah, I
it.
don't know either. That would be irritating if they can't hear you. What was that? You totally derailed my train of thought.
Friday, pants.
Friday, we're gonna paint the pants. 2:30 to 4:30 Central. If you miss it because you're working or you can't watch Twitch at that time, I will be uploading all the VODs to YouTube. My YouTube is at Shoshie's Minis, or just Shoshie's Minis, and just search me on YouTube there. You'll find me.
Poto now wants a recommendation on a mini to start with. Scale 75 maybe is the right scale.
Ooh, well, Scale 75 is big.
Just lick the brush.
I did? I did. All right, whatever. I'm gonna add a little bit more gold to this because I feel like it's too silver now compared to the goggles. Look at how pretty she is. She's such a pretty figure. Scale 75 is a large, and I think large might be easier in some aspects. And I think there's less assembly and stuff and less cleanup. I don't know. Yeah, I think if I were you, I would get one of the Scale 75 Chibis. They're really inexpensive and they come with a full guide and a color chart. And you can use my code Shoshie Rocks at the Scale 75. Can you do the exclamation point Scale 75? Shoshie Rocks at the Scale 75 is that the bit.ly? I don't know
Yep.
what that is.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. So I've got my own code, and you can get 15% off of everything on that website from that code.
Their site seems to be down right now,
It's down, but it will be up.
though.
I will bug him. So, do that. All right. What's next? I think the gold belt. I think she needs at least this color belt. Maybe non-metallic. This is the Iroko. So yes, we are sponsored by them, but if you know the Chibis, they're kind of like cute version. They're really good to learn on, and like I said, they're not expensive, and they come with a full guide on how to paint everything. You can take it out of the package, or you can look it up online. It has both, and that's what I would actually start with. And then when you feel more comfortable, you've got your boots under you, or how do they say it? You've got your legs under you. You can go from there and get even more involved with the other Scale 75 models. And the Chibi's airbrush really nice too, so they'd be great to practice airbrushing on as well. All right, so now I'm going to use that Game Ink brown. This is the sepia. I don't want the sepia. Did I put it down? Here it is. Myron, the brown. Terrellion's going to be painting the Super Dungeon Explorer, which are also Chibis, and the Arcadia Quest. Arcadia Quest is also Chibis, and it's just a nice style to learn on. All right, I think I'm going to just pick out all the little details on here by painting them in. That worked enough. And I'm going to go ahead and color that. There we go. I just used the what's left of the wet ink there to color the rest. It's so funny, half of her's painted, half of her isn't. I'm gonna get back here with this brown and paint these guns. A little bit of the blue and mixed in with it. Oh no! Really need to get a better holder for her, or have some really good. She's
A good one, Poto.
She's very heavy. Yes, thank you, Poto, for coming by. I hope you come by again. Maybe make sure to try to check out Rainer tonight if you get a chance. All right, I'm gonna use this brown right here underneath all these little bullets. She's got a bandolier of bullets. You know what? I take that back. I'm going to paint the entire bandolier brown. Because then I'll go back and highlight them later with the brass. Very good. I'm trying to see, yeah, this whole thing right here is supposed to be this color, this same color as the rest of the belt. This is Dubai brown. The sculptor has created the illusion, and it could be just like a little rope with her pants, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be the entire belt. All right, we are very close to the end of the stream. What time is it?
8:54.
8:54. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and keep going, because we're gonna make sure that Rainer is on before we head out. I'm gonna keep painting this little bag because we're using the white. Notice that this is a very transparent color. Because we're using the white underneath, it's perfect. Going in all the little crevices. If this were black, it would take forever to get the right color. Another reason why we do this zenithal painting this way. Not bad. I'm so excited about this model. She's just turning out so nice. This is the Dubai brown again.
Art of Mike Disney says something.
Hey, Art of Mike Disney, how are you?
Calzadon also says howdy.
Who's it on? Tell me, how are you? All right, look at that. You guys like her? This is the box art. We're definitely doing something a little different from it. A little different color scheme. What color? Let's see. I want to check out the model that I had. Where did it go? Here's it. Is that it? Yep. So this is my art. We've got blue, we've got brown. We don't have much else. So do you guys have any recommendations for the color for her pants? I'm thinking we do maybe brown Well, I'm not sure because I really like this, and this just has her bare legs, but it doesn't. What else could we do? We could do white. What do you guys think? That might be hard. We could do an off-white for her legs. Maybe that would be too much focus being taken away from her. Mike Disney, do you have any ideas what color we could make her? This is the scheme we have so far. Thinking maybe a little pink. I want to throw pink in here for some reason. Pink and brown. Pink and brown stripes. You could keep it the same as the box art, very similar. She's got brown and ivory stripes in here, which I kind of like. Very, very steampunk. Let's see what people have to say. Am I doing tats? She doesn't really have any place to do tats. Memnor, she's got 2 mechanical arms. And I don't want to put any on her décolletage because it's gorgeous. Blonde leather. Blonde leather, yes. Who said that? Blonde leather. Black Skull said that. Creamy leather. Yes. Like the blue with the brown. Okay, can you give Black Skull 5 points? The box one had 1 on her waist. She has, these are little loops, and these are little rings that hook to her. Yep, no tats.
Yes, Green Machine, you can go back to Shoshie's profile page and see the streams from the past.
Yes, you can see all the streams. I keep those open for everybody. Check out the quick and the dead. Okay. Good, good. Whisper me a link, Black Skull.
Why am I lovely, Genuine?
Green Machine, also go to YouTube and look for Shoshie's Minis. And I've got tons of videos that you can watch that are way more than I even have on Twitch right now because I've been putting them up since I started on Twitch.
Genuine vision.
What? He said,
Genuine
Mike,
vision.
no, stop it. He called you a bugger, Mike.
I'm a lovely bugger.
No. My husband is trolling my chat. Thought it was one of those half below the belt. Oh yeah, we might have to put one in here, right here, because her skin is kind of goofed up right here because of the way the thing's glued together. We might actually put one in. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So far, I'm thinking that the ivory pale blonde leather is a really good idea. What would we do that? Would we do that with the Rocco and maybe a little light skin? Let me see what happens when I mix those together. Yeah, that's really pretty. Let me try that. I don't want to paint too much. Yeah, that's going to be nice. It's really light.
Rainer's on his pre-roll.
All right, well, we're going to wait until he's in his roll. And I'm playing around with the color on this. I like that, and I think I want to do maybe either a brown or a thin blue pinstripe. Because I feel like it needs a little bit of breaking up. Kind of you can put the new music on if you want, Mike.
What new music?
The ding doon ding doon, you know,
the ending music?
Yeah. As you can
Ding
tell,
dong, ding dong,
having trouble
dong,
braining.
Ding dong dong.
It's so bright. It's so bright you can't see it. Here we go. All right.
He's on now.
Yay! Rainer is on. I love you guys. We are going to host him. Come back and see me paint the rest of this on Friday from 2:30 to 4:30 Central Time, GMT -5. Let's see. We're gonna do exclamation point mad love for Rainer. We're gonna raid him. So cut and paste this, copy and cut right now. Do it. I'm gonna do it with you guys. I want to do the same thing. There we go. Copy. I can do it. There we go. Copy. All right. Now we're gonna do /raid. I think it's /raid, right?
Yep.
Does that work?
Yep.
All right, guys. Come back and see me on Friday. We're going to paint the more of Jessica. Here, can you put her on? Bye.
Turn on tuning.